Hello, my fellow Big Brother fans. Wow, what a great nomination episode of Big Brother last night. So you can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. Please do so on YouTube, Movies TV Mad, on Instagram, Movies TV Mad X, and on TikTok, Mick Isn't Perfect. If you come to my TikTok and ask me a question on my comments, I will reply to those comments with a video, basically. So yeah, get in the comments on my TikTok, Mick Isn't Perfect, and I'll reply to any Big Brother questions or anything you want to say to your comments with a video. Wow. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is Matty nominating Jordan. I adore Jordan. I want him to come over here to Cyprus so we can sink a few kios. The guy is absolutely fantastic. I love his sarcasm. I love his personality. He's really been a great housemate. And he's really entertained me. And people, will say, well, he's done this wrong and that wrong. I don't care about morality. I like personality. If you're going to be in Big Brother for a few weeks, you've got to have a personality. I don't care about you being a good person. This is my issue with Yinrun coasting this year's Big Brother and maybe even winning it. I don't think she deserves to win Big Brother. I'd rather see Trish win Big Brother because at least she has put herself out there, which Yinrun hasn't. All I've seen from Yinrun is tears after tears after tears, and it's boring to me. But at least Trish is, she's been, as I say, the Atticus Finch, from To Kill the Mockingbird. She's been a hero, right? At least she's put herself in the fire zone, unlike Yinrun. But I love Jordan. But what do I make of Matty nominating Jordan? Well, I don't think his reasons are valid, by the way. Jordan doesn't owe Matty anything. And let's not get it twisted. Mr. Oh, my boyfriend, I couldn't see my boyfriend. Then he's all triggered by Jordan, a perfect stranger a few weeks ago, basically, ghosting him. It doesn't really make sense considering how they normally get on. Jordan apologised for his behaviour. I've explained what Jordan's doing here already. He doesn't want an on-screen romance. He's in denial about his feelings to Matty. And he doesn't want to rub Henry's face in it. So, he's being a good bloke, basically. But I think Jordan is freaking hilarious. He's been one of my favourite housemates this year. But there's 5 of them up for eviction. I think it's 5 this week. I can't even remember all of them, but let's go. It's Jenkin, it's Trish, it's Olivia, it's Chanel. Is there another? Is there a 5th? I can't remember. Now, this is a very, very interesting vote this Friday. Because on the face of it, you would say, well, Chanel is a twat because she is a twat at the end of the day. I don't mean that in a horrible way, but the way she behaved, the way she spoke about nominations so openly, and how many times have these housemates done this year? How dumb are you? It's ridiculous, right? But anyway, let's look at this, right? So they sat there talking about people who nominate their friends and how they can forgive, but they can't forget. And they pretty much were saying they were going to nominate Trish when they had the opportunity. Big Brother punished them. Chanel basically had her immunity revoked, but was still able to nominate. But Olivia wasn't. She had to do lines and she was getting shocked at the same time. You're asking, why was Olivia's punishment so much more? Well, they didn't punish her that much for cheating with Hallie, breaking the same rules with Hallie weeks earlier, which cost Zach his position in the house. They must know that their lack of punishment for Olivia and Hallie, their nominations for Zach still stood. I don't think she nominated Zach, but Hallie, I think, certainly did. And, this is one of the many reasons that Zach wrongly left the house. So they should have been as strict as they were with Olivia this time, last time. But they didn't. They just chucked Hallie and Olivia in the garden. It was ridiculous. So, yeah, that's what happened there. But basically, it was very blatant. You know, you fundamentally broke the Big Brother rules. And, Jenkin was right. I think you need to stop talking about this now. So it's ridiculous. But who's going to go this Friday? On the face of it, you would say Jenkin and Chanel. But I've told you this before. There's a lot of Welsh people who watch Big Brother. They are very loyal to their Welsh contingent. You know, we've had great Welsh housemates like Glyn. We had, what was her name? I forgot now, in Big Brother 2. She was absolutely lovely. And she ended up with Paul. I don't know if her and Paul are still together. What was her name? I forgot. Helen. I loved Helen. I had such a crush on Helen. So we've had some great Welsh contingent in Big Brother history. And normally the Welsh people do back their Welsh housemates. I'm not saying that Jenkin and Chanel have been the greatest of representatives for Wales, but they will be backed. And this is why I think Trish may be in a little bit of danger. She has become recently my favourite to win the show. Because, as I say, I don't want to see Yinrun win this show because she's done absolutely nothing. But anyway, I think Trish could be in danger here because I think the Welsh vote has always been a huge vote. And there will be a lot of people who don't believe me and don't think that's true. So Friday's interesting, and Trish is starting to take her popularity on the outside for granted by saying after the nominations, I'm more popular out there than I am in here, so I'm not bothered. Never take public support for granted and never admit you're popular on the outside. Now, we know she's pretty popular, but it is divided with Trish on the outside. I did some research. On Twitter, she's very, very popular. But with the youth on TikTok, they don't like her so much. So that's very, very interesting how this will swing. Who will go? I think Olivia and Chanel would be my favourites to go because it's a vote to evict. So it's basically a vote to evict is bred on people's hatred for each housemate. I think more people will hate Olivia and Chanel than Jenkin. That's why I'm going that way. But Jenkin has been a bit of a batch at times. So we will see, everyone. But anything can happen and nobody is safe.